have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, man. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatic Raiders Show, right here on Raiders Allegiance with your boy Lunatic Raider, man. There's some news out there, but we still got a slow, long travel to next Monday night to face the Cowhoes at Allegiant Stadium. Monday Night Football, man, is going down. I'm expecting to see younger cats out there, especially due to injuries. We'll talk about it. JPJ. We added a linebacker. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about some other points. We're going to talk about Max Crosby and this little issue with Aqib Talib, who wanted to run his mouth on the podcast. So we have the response of Max Crosby towards that bald-head, milk dud looking motherfucker. So without further delay, man, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. We in the building. Yes, sir. We got Raider Paul in the building, man. Exactly, man. Let's drop them things on them.
Mighty time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed. Raider B out in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Mike G in the motherfucking building, man. Salute. Billy Davis is in the house, man. What it is, man. For real, for real. S.A. Big Dog in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Huey P in the building, man. And he's dropping it on your toe.
Mighty time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Going out the front door. That might, I don't know, man. They might keep them. They might not. We're going to talk about all that. Eugene Powell right in the kisser, man, in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Sacktown Raider Mizike in the building. You feel me?
Mighty time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's right, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me scroll down here and catch up with y'all. You know, you always leave me behind, man. I would never leave y'all behind. I only quit. What it do, man? We got my guy in the building. Who we got in the building? I'll show you who.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice.
D-Nice in the building, man. Hey, my dog, P. Steve in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well with the Raiders on their ass.
Mighty time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the building, man. For real. Let me see. Catch up with everybody, man. We on, don't worry. That's right. We on, don't worry, man. For real, for real. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. So, with this Raider stuff, man, JPJ has been delegated to the injured reserve, with that ankle injury. Watching that game, man, he got pushed back, and just to see his, because, you know, he's a heavy dude. For all that weight to roll on that one ankle, that's not good, man. If it's, I ain't heard anything being broke, but ankle sprains, especially severe ones, yeah, bro, it's going to take a minute. Gonna take a minute, and that looked like a real nasty sprain too that he had. But yeah, man, we in this building. Let's get into this Max Crosby thing, man. I see how Aqib Talib want to run his mouth on a podcast, basically downplaying Max Crosby's ability and his ability to stop the run. That is, we're gonna get into this video, man. I cut it down. I cut the portions down to what he was addressing it on, and he was even tripping. Like, I don't know what this dude, you know what I mean? I went to the little camp with him and stuff, and it was cool, but you know what I mean? For him to say the shit he said was out of pocket. So without further delay, man, we're gonna get into this and listen to what Max Crosby had to say, man. So let's get into it, man. Shall we?
You're gonna see that it's a part of it, you know what I mean? Especially when you get tagged a million times and everyone's sending it to you, and especially the people that love me, they're definitely not happy with him.
When teams come out and run for 150 against the Raiders, watch Skip don't give us no spiel about Max Crosby.
He's a dominant player, flat out.
The Jags had 150 rushing. What the f did Crosby do? The run
look at
Max
his
stats. Fuck his stats. He ain't stopped the run.
You can't get mad at somebody that's uneducated in the situation. It is what it is. He can sit there and say whatever, because I think honestly he started talking about, I think it was more in defense of Micah, the whole conversation. And everyone knows, you know, me and Micah are boys, and we're a couple of the best defensive players in the world. Like, he was talking basically out of the argument started, because I'm not the person to take the clip and, okay, I'm going to just look at the clip and then just take that. No, I'm going to see what the fuck we're talking about. He doesn't stop the run. And then Talib was defending Micah by basically shitting on me, saying, well, Max doesn't either. And I'm like, come on, bro. I don't even have to defend myself. Go look up the numbers. Go look up the tape. Go watch me play a football game. Go watch the game I played on Thursday.
I love that Richie just started throwing stats out.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
doing.
And that's why I say he's uneducated, like, in that situation, because he's a corner. Like, I'm not expecting him to go and do his full research and watch every play that Max Crosby plays, 1,000 snaps a year playing the run and defense. People know what I do against the run. And I don't even have to sit here and defend myself. You already know what it is. So we can have that conversation. I'll say this. The only thing that was disappointing about the whole fucking thing is the fact that, bro, and he might not even remember this, but when I was in college, I was at Eastern. The first time I ever worked out with an NFL player was Big Snacks Harrison. Everyone knows Snacks Harrison, one of the best nose tackles. He was the run-stopping king at that time in the league. I went back to Texas before my last year at Eastern, and I worked out with my boy, BT Jordan. And everyone knows BT Jordan. I just seen him. He's in Denver now. One of the best trainers on the planet. That was my first time, and I was one of his first NFL clients. I might have been his first NFL client. Like, me and BT, that's why we're like this locked in, because that was back at Eastern when I was rocking with BT. I went with Snacks Harrison and BT to Aqib Talib's D1 gym. He owned the gym in Texas. I was with his family, his brother, his sister, they all worked for the D1 gym, and I was an Eastern boy. They didn't even know me at that level at that point, but I remember being there with his whole family, and they're like, bro, you're the white boy from Eastern, you're cold. And I was like, oh my God, they actually know who I am. And it was like so cool. I'm like, this is Aqib Talib. Like, I fuck with Aqib Talib. Like, he's a dog. But you know me, like, bro, I pay attention to everything. So, like, I was more of a fan at that time. And so, like, looking forward at this situation and having him come and say that shit, like, he could have an opinion about whatever. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He could sit in the room with me right now and we could watch fucking film together if he thinks I don't stop the run. That's a whole nother discussion. The fact that you didn't even, like, do your research and, like, talk to me, like, bro, I know your whole family. Like, I know your bro. I know was there.
An OG. If you're gonna be an OG, be an OG.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, we can really talk ball. If you want to talk ball, bro, go ask Steve Smith and fucking Tom Brady and all these guys. Bro, I'll sit there and talk ball and watch film. We could do that all day. But that was the only disappointing part. I didn't even care about that. The disappointing part was, like, bro, I was in your gym, working at your spot and chilling with your whole family and cousins and sister, and they were cool as fuck. And they showed so much love. I showed a ton of love. And that was the only time I really spent time around his people, and they were all cool as hell. And then I'm like, damn, he's talking shit about me? I'm like, what the fuck did I do to Aqib Talib? I was like, the only time I talked to him was a great conversation. So, Aqib, if you are watching this, you could clip this shit right now. I would love to sit there and watch football. I'm not going to sit here and get sensitive and say, fuck, Aqib Talib, you were a fucking baller. I love watching you play. You played the right way. I know Raiders fans have their certain ways because you did some crazy shit, but I do crazy shit too. But if you did some crazy shit, but I can't sit here and say I haven't done some crazy ass shit. I've done it myself. And that's why the Raiders fans love me too. So, like, it goes hand in hand. So if you want to sit down and talk ball, and you could literally come to my beautiful home. I got more space than I need. We could sit there and we could fucking watch fucking film, and we could sit there and I could show you why I'm the best run defender in the NFL. But that's for another time. But I do respect the hell out of him, but it was just disappointing. I'll just wrap it up like that.
Yeah, people like to talk out the side of their neck. I don't feed into that shit, man. You know what I mean? Everybody wants shock value for their podcast to get more views, and it's crazy because you'll get more views and likes for some negative shit than you do over some positive shit. Just imagine if Talib was saying some positive shit about Max Crosby. Ain't nobody going but Raider fans, because that's our dude. You know what I mean? We ride with Max, but we don't listen to that bullshit, man. Fuck him and his chain snatching ass motherfucker, a millionaire still in chains in football games. I ain't gonna never forget that shit. And Crabtree, you should have just socked that motherfucker up. But anyway, Egalitarian in the building, man. Salute, he's dropping that shit too.
I'm out of time. There you go. There you go.
So I don't really feed into that shit. Yeah, man, Max Crosby handles his business, and like he wants to bring up stats of Jacksonville ran 150 something yards. Why you didn't say nothing about Max Crosby? Last time I checked, you dumb bald-headed milk dud looking motherfucker, there's 11 motherfuckers on the defensive side of the ball. Why are we singling out one? You singling out one player like a whole team doesn't have anything to do with that defense. That's like your punk ass getting burnt and you blaming the other 10. Go sit down. You got a podcast. Great. I'm glad. You know, sometimes when you used to being under the limelight, you need more limelight, so you become like a broad, like a bitch, and want what do bitches want? I ain't gonna say bitches. What do women want? Women want attention. And you acting just like a female. Like a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. We're November 11th. No, you off your period. So we gotta wait till December for you to hit that next one, because that's what you're acting like. You act like you menstruate. But we ain't, hey, Raider Nation, we got Max back. Fuck whatever anybody else say that ain't wearing silver and black. Eat a ding-a-ling till you can't sing. You feel me? But let's move on, man. Ain't no need to talk about that sucker. He was with the adversaries anyway. Fuck you and the enemy. Let me see who else we got up in the building, man. Let's see, we got everybody. Okay, I just want to make sure the Egalitarian, I shouted you out, man. I shout out everybody. I leave no Raider behind, man. Let that shit be known. Let that shit be known. But other news, Jamin Davis, linebacker that was drafted by the Washington Commanders football team at the time, 2021 out of Kentucky, 6'4", 234 pounds, played with the Jets, the Vikings, and the Commanders, drafted him first round, 19th overall linebacker. 26 years old, born in Honolulu, Hawaii. Raiders signed him. So now this is where we know pretty much the season is really, we just want to see these young guys develop and see what we got on this roster, who we gonna stick with, who we gonna let walk. I listened to a podcast yesterday and they were breaking down the players whose contract are up in either this year or next year. We got a gang of money under the cap. We got draft picks, and the guys that I heard that like contracts are up, pretty much we don't want them anyway. They ain't produce. Malcolm Kuntz after this year ain't produced. I expect, depending on how the draft and free agency goes, Tyree might be gone too, because next year is his 4th year. And then you have that decision to make. Do we opt in his 5th year, or do we just let him walk, or do we trade him and getting the asset back? If we do trade him, that gives another team that wants to try their luck with him. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. got motherfuckers calling me to try to invest in some stock that ain't open to the public yet, but I'm glad he gave me the names of the companies that's going to, like SpaceX and so forth. Just some investment shit, man. I be trying to spread it, spread my wings and diversify my portfolio. But yeah, man. So we got a young linebacker, 26. Like I said, they signed him. Of course, JPJ's on the injured list now. I don't know if he's going to even come back this season, which I don't know. But now it's time to start seeing the Charles Grants. Pete Carroll did say Charles Grant should get some. Did he say Charles? Not Charles Grant. Caleb. Yeah, Charles Grant and Caleb Johnson to get some reps on the offensive line due to need, not because of want. But it's good to see these young people get out there and let them get some snaps now. You've been teaching them mentally for half of the season. This next half, let's get a rotation going. Let's see what we got in these draft picks. Same with JJ Pegues. Same with Hemingway. Same with Porter. Let's see what we got in these guys. But all in all, this first season, I'm not tripping off of it, and neither should y'all. We was hoping for the best, but we had to expect the worst. You know what I mean? The worst is what it is. It's just funny to think that we could be 5-4 right here, realistically. Not like on a hope and a prayer, but factually in 3 games that we had that was in our hand, we let go. We shot ourselves in the foot, whether it was by mistake or we just didn't stop the other team. Whether it was the Bears, whether it was Jacksonville, whether it was just previous game against the Donkeys. Those are 3 wins that we should have had. We easily could be 5-4, sitting 1 game above what we had total for last season. So I'm not tripping. I told you I'm just gonna get my popcorn and watch. I want them to show me what they doing, and then that's gonna give me information to understand. Okay, we're not a contender for anything. We're not a contender. I went out and said on the limb, I predicted that the floor would have been 9 wins, which possibly could have happened if we would have took care of those business in those 3 games. I knew that we weren't like Super Bowl contenders or anything like that, but I did not see what this team could become. I was guessing by the talent level and by the experience of the coaching staff, but we didn't get to that point. Because even if we were sitting at 5-4, you still got games with Cleveland. You still got games with the Giants. You got the Donkeys again. You know what I mean? We have winnable games out there to push that record to about 8 or 9. So the guess was calculated correctly. It's just the output didn't match it. You know what I mean? So all I say for us to do is just kick back. Let's analyze our young talent now. Let's look at the players that we think should stay here and who should walk. Because when we go into next off season, there's going to be a lot of money and a lot of draft picks. We finally have, after the season, or after the draft and everything this year, we finally solidified our front office with scouts and so forth, with Spike Tech going after guys from Philadelphia as well as Denver to come in and help this team who's been ranked high as some of the best talent observers in the NFL. So we got them under the silver and black. So let's see what they do as a collective, as a group in that front office, and what kind of talent we get. For those that didn't watch the members only Monday, we did a mock draft just for the shit of it. They got us projected around the 6th pick again in the draft, which that's about correct right now, because you got the Jets that's probably gonna get number 1 overall. Now we start talking about quarterbacks. The Jets most likely gonna draft quarterback. Who? I don't know. You know what I mean? I got an eye on the guy because I'm thinking as far as where he'll fall. I don't think that Dante Moore will go number 1 overall. But then again, I don't know. It's hard to see the landscape, and we got to sit here and wait until, especially when the college football playoffs start, then we're going to really see legitimate matchups. See, because when you go through a regular college season, especially when you start out the season, you go against lesser opponents. So you can't really gauge yourself. It's when you go up against the heavy hitters that you can really gauge yourself, and the college football playoffs allows that for you to get matchups to be like, okay, to see how they handle the closest to NFL talent as they're going to get, as far as your Ohio States and your Indianas, your Oregons, and teams such as that. So we're going to wait and see. Playoffs going to give us a lot of information on these guys coming into the draft, whether they're offensive linemen. That's another big position group that we need to keep our eye on, or potential offensive linemen that will be entering the draft. Also, we need to look at linebackers, because all our linebackers pretty much, except for a couple of guys that were drafted in the back end of the drafts, were signed as free agents. So that's another position we got to address. Defensive line. Can we find Max Crosby's bookend as far as another defensive end to match Max Crosby's energy and production on the field? And then what do we do at the DT position? Lalulu, I like Lalulu. We keep him. I think put him in the starting lineup. At DT. Adam Butler's another guy. Do you keep him? Move on. Do you do a youth movement? It's a lot of questions that has to be answered. And we're here for it. This is our team. We're gonna ride with them and fuck any outsider that got something bad to say about it. What's the old saying? I can fight my brother, but you can't. You know what I mean? I can talk bad about my team, but you can't. You keep the Raiders out your mouth. But yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff we got to break down and assess going into next season. I have a good feeling that we're going to see a lot of movement in this organization because of the lack of productivity and the lack of wins that we put on the record this year. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. I mean, the Berg brothers aren't Pro Bowl. Hell no, they ain't Pro Bowl. Shit. Bruh. The Berg brothers. That's a good one. Iceberg lettuce, because they boy, I tell you, they ain't got no nutrition for this team. You know what I mean? That's why I said when you draft linebackers like that on the back end, you gonna get what you draft. If you're not drafting them high in the draft, you know what I mean? What you expect? I expect some other players to be moved. And I'm talking about during the draft. There's gonna be trades made. There's gonna be people that's under contract that some other team may like, and they might be mid-round. Like I was surprised to get what we got for Jacoby Myers with the 4th and the 6th round pick, considering that 4th round pick was the Jets pick that was given to Jacksonville, which means that 4th round pick should be high, along with our 4th round pick being high as well, because we only got 2 wins and they got 1. So that lets you know we got high 4th round picks. So, and you can get some good shit in the 4th round. You know what I mean? But it's a wait and see. It's a little too early right now. We got to see exactly after the second half of the season where our record looks like it's headed to. I don't care about tanking. Everybody talking that tank shit. Fuck tanking. Fuck tanking. That's not promising you shit. What's the use of tanking if you can't fucking draft? Excuse me. If you can't fucking draft right. You know what I mean? You get the number 1 overall pick and you grab somebody like Jamarcus Russell. That kind of shit. You know what I mean? Or you get 3 first-round picks and only one of them pan out as far as being a Pro Bowler. That kind of shit. So, I mean, it don't matter where you're picking. What matters is who you picking. That's all we care about. Who are we picking at that spot? So, I mean, it's a wait and see. Like I said, there's not a lot of news in the Raider Nation right now because we still got a whole long ways to go till Monday Night Football. I was going to say, you know what? Because usually when the Raiders play, I don't go to work. I take that day off, and I'm going to take Monday off. I want to, because like I said, Dallas got the worst. Matter of fact, I don't know what they're ranked now. But let's see. What is the Dallas Cowboys defensive ranking for the 2025 season?
Dallas Cowboys is 2th in the NFC East standings. You can also...
What is the Dallas Cowboys defensive ranking for right now, currently?
The Dallas Cowboys defense is currently ranked 31st overall, allowing many yards and points per game.
31st overall is Dallas Cowboys defense. That's why at the trade deadline, they got a defensive tackle, they got a linebacker to get some help. But it ain't going to happen overnight by new additions, and we don't even know if they going to fit. But I tell you, if we go into Dallas and only score like 10 points, I'm going to be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Because we got weapons, man. We got weapons. Geno ain't been performing the way we was hoping he would. That's a wash. Brock Bowers, like last game, Brock Bowers only got 1 catch in that game. 1 catch. How does a healthy Brock Bowers only get 1 catch? And don't tell me all the defense. Ain't no defense that good to stop Bowers because he showed us last year as a rookie. He couldn't be stopped. That's why he got the awards he got. And then we seen when he was healthy with New England, he couldn't be stopped. Then the injury comes along and he has to wear a brace and it slows him down and cuts back on his athleticism. But now he's healthy. 1 catch. 1 catch is all you got. He had 1 big play on 1 catch. That told you right there, oh yeah, we get him the ball. He's going to make something out of it. Like I said, Geno ain't got to make the big play. Get your playmakers the ball and let them make the big play. It's always like he went. Here we go. Talk about attention. Who's hungry for attention? Is Geno hungry for attention? He wants to be spectacular? Or do you want to be good enough to win games? You can be spectacular and lose or be good enough to win. Got to get your priorities right, young man. Got to get your priorities right. It ain't about shining. It's about grinding. Bars. I'm going platinum one day. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I'm going platinum one day. Oh, you know what I want to show y'all? I told y'all I've been working on some projects. I'm about to get up out of here. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, though. Don't y'all trip. I want to show y'all the intro to The Adventures of Paperhound. I want y'all to, I'm putting it together. I got to make 3 episodes, and then I'm going to shop it to, like, Netflix and so forth, streaming platforms. But I want to get your opinion. What is it? We got to go here. Paperhound TV. The Adventures of Paperhound. And we need the intro. And I want your opinion. Before I get up out of here, I'm gonna give y'all a little a preview. This is just the intro to the animated series called The Adventures of Paperhound. I'm gonna give you a rundown of it. It's kind of like Imagine Friday meets Pinky and the Brain. So it's a town full of dogs and cats. The main character name is Paperhound. His little sidekick name is Hyphy. Paperhound is a Rottweiler. Hyphy is a miniature pincher. There's a love interest of Paperhound. Her name is Ebony. She's a poodle who's the girlfriend of Bully, who's a King Corso. There's some little badass kids in the neighborhood. Their cats is Kitty, little girl named Kitty, and her 2 brothers. They're twins, overset twins, kind of slow, named Barry and Carrie. That just cause havoc through the neighborhood. You remember the little boys on Friday that was kicking over the garbage cans? The little boy is they like that. They just cause mischief in the neighborhood, doing all kind of crazy shit. But Paperhound wants to get the attraction of Ebony, and the way he's doing it is him and Hyphy come up with these old harebrained ideas of getting rich. He wants to get rich to ball out of control so he can impress Ebony and take her away from Bully. So without further delay, man, I'm gonna go ahead. This is the intro to The Adventures of Paperhound, the adult animated series that I created. Let me get rid of this shit real quick. And shit in the comments, man, tell me what y'all think, man. Where the fuck is you at? Oh, let's go.
It's the Adventures of Paperhound. Money on the mind, we run this town. From the block to the top, we don't slow down. It's the hustle and the heart that paper. Wake up, stretch out, sun hit the blinds. Dude rag on, dreams of dollar signs. Brushing with a pop, got that plan on deck. Hyphy at the door like, yo, what's next? Clock strikes 7, no time to snooze. Strip lights flashing, we don't ever lose. From E. Paul Ave down to Bark Street down. We making moves in the shoes of Paperhound. Of Paperhound. Money on the mind, we run this town.
That's the intro, y'all. So I'm working on the episodes. Hopefully I can get this shit picked up. But yeah, I've been putting a lot of time and shit into this, man, and I hope it work out, man. You know, I got other shit too with the Raider movie. Y'all know that I'm working on. I got 3-year window for that one because I'm hoping to line it up to get it all done by 2029, where hopefully The Las Vegas is in discussions with the NFL to host the Super Bowl in 2029. So we're gonna see how this shit unfolds, man. More Twine. Oh shit, Raider Twine in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well. Willie Wayne in the building. Salute. Oh yeah, y'all up in here, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, and shout out to all the veterans here or gone. Rest in peace to my pops, man. Was in the Army. Shout out to my Uncle Robert, Navy veteran. Shout out to all the veterans out there who served this country. Thank you. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. And like I always say, what do I always say about this time? Stan. We're standing. I gotta. Hey, Raider Stan need to come back. I think those too. Hey, you do? Yeah. Okay. So Raider Stan, we're gonna try to bring him back, man, because we've been in motion with a lot of things, man. But with that being said, man, once again, happy Veterans Day. Enjoy your day, man. I'm Lunatic Raider. I'll be back tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm your boy, and like I always say, I'm out this. B-I-H. Ha ha.